So this person is saying that narcissists don't hoover you or try to get you back if they have another person, if they have a new supply. And I'm going to tell you that that is not true. If a narcissist discards you and remains in contact with you, they're trying to keep you on the hook. They're trying to keep you as a backup supply, even if they have moved on to someone else. Because a lot of times in most narcissistic toxic relationships, that narcissist thinks that they own you. You belong to them in their brains. So even if they find somebody else new, you still belong to them. They might not want you anymore, but they don't want anybody else to have you. And for future references, like, it's easier to go backwards than it is to go forward. So that's why sometimes a narcissist will, reach back out to the old supply and try to rekindle that old relationship. Because they assume if you're watching them treat the new person better, you will think that the narcissist has changed. That's why I say you need to remove them from social media and things like that. Because if you watch them treat somebody else better, you're going to think that you are the problem, and you're going to think that that person has changed. Blocking really does help. What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, like myself, 4 years strong, and also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series is dedicated to making my TikToks and YouTube shorts longer. They are 60 seconds or less. This is going to be a lot longer than 60 seconds. So the TikTok you just watched, YouTube short, whatever you want to call it, y'all. My short version, my compressed version of video you just watched was about how that person said, hey, a narcissist won't hoover you or try to get back with you or try to keep you around when they have a new supply. And like you hear me say in the video, that's just not true. That person right there, maybe they didn't get hoovered, because every narcissist is going to be different. I'm going to be different than Ben Taylor at Raw Motivations. I'm going to be different than Cluster B Milkshake and things like that over on YouTube. I'm going to be different than them. That's just me. We're all going to be different. We're all going to express our traits differently. So all narcissists won't hoover you when they have a new supply, but sometimes they will. They absolutely. What's the word? Sound like Xena Warrior Princess. If you're old enough to know who Xena is, like absolutely. Xena was my girl back in the day. But absolutely, they will. They just will, because a lot of, like I said in the video, a lot of narcissistic people see you as property. They just do. They see you as property. They treat you as property, and they keep you around like property. Like Matt Pfeiffer, I'm using a lot of Matt Pfeiffer things here lately. I need to follow at Matt Pfeiffer Coach, and he be spitting some. As you can see, he be spitting some truth. Oh, 5:30. As you can see, Matt Pfeiffer be spitting some truth, but he said that narcissists treat people like some narcissistic people treat people like cell phones. Like, this is a Samsung Galaxy 8 right here, Galaxy Note 8. It's a cell phone. It still works. It's still active right now to this day. I can still make phone calls, still take pictures, still do whatever I want to. This is the narcissist's old supply. Then all of a sudden, the new supply comes along. An iPhone, a newer iPhone. I think this is iPhone 11, 12. I think it's 11. It's not the newest one, y'all. It's newer than this. So this is still useful. This still does what it needs to do, but this is like a little bit more shiny, and people appreciate it more. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, this is a newer phone. But I still want this phone. I don't want anybody else to have this phone. I don't want anybody else to have my old supply. I still got my new supply, who I'm going to treat and show off to the public and stuff like that, but I want to keep the old supply around. I want this person to stay around. I want to keep this phone. It still works, and just in case, guess what? Just in case this one messes up, in case this new supply messes up, in case this new phone messes up, I still got the old supply ready to go. And guess what? I know the old supply. And the old supply knows me. It knows my passwords. It knows everything. Dude, that's why they keep you around a lot of times, even if they discard you. Like I said, they'll discard you. They'll get rid of you. You break up with them. You'll get rid of them. And they'll still try to keep you around. Even if you have kids or not. Kids are going to be... Sorry, kids are going to possibly be used as leverage to keep you around and things like that. But they don't. Kids are not necessary for this to happen. They will just try to keep you around for general purposes. Like, they don't want. Like, they might not want you anymore, but again, they don't want anybody else to have you. That's the mindset of some narcissistic people. I'm trying to convey that point to people. Like, just because they don't want you does not mean that they want anybody else to have you. So even with a new supply, they'll treat the new supply good. Sometimes they'll hide the new supply. I've said that before. They'll hide the new supply. They'll hide the new person. So you can't, there's no guarantee. Is this haunted? What the hell? That's my, it's like one of my old supplies is haunting my ring light. or is that a future? Is that the ghost of new supply future right there? I'm joking, y'all. But yeah, they'll keep, like I said, they'll hide the new supply sometimes just so you won't, just to be able to keep you around longer. Because sometimes if you can't guarantee, if you can't prove that they have a new supply, if you don't have that proof that they have actually moved on, sometimes you'll stay waiting, because guess what? You got a lot of love and time invested in this person, and you don't want to just let it go to waste, right? You don't want to let them go willy-nilly, right? Especially if they don't have anybody else. Maybe if you work on yourself a little bit, maybe they'll take you back, right? Maybe if you're all forgiven, and maybe if you're all forgiven, if you're willing to forgive every single thing that they've done to you, and not bring it up ever again, maybe they'll take you back, right? That's the mindset right there, y'all. That's just it right there. So a lot of times when you're dealing with people, like that, that's how it goes. So they will 100% hoover you. It's not a 100% guarantee that they will hoover you, because I know some people, I'm not blaming you or saying anything negative, but some people want to be hoovered. When you learn about narcissists, you feel like you want to be hoovered sometimes. Like, why didn't I get a hoover? Am I not good enough to be hoovered? Some people want to be hoovered, and if you don't get hoovered, even when they move on to somebody else, like, I see this a lot, y'all. Well, the old supply will transition to the side piece. Yeah, you'll transition to the side dude or the side woman. You know what I mean? The mistress or the mistress. What is the Sancho? The Sancho? The male version of a mistress. I need to look that up. I need to be more prepared for when I say that. I say that a lot. You'll become the male version of a mistress. This light is killing me. You become the male version of a mistress to your old person. Y'all used to live together. Y'all were making plans together, and now you're like a weekend cheek clapping session. Or late night 1 a.m. text message. What you doing? You up? You get those messages right there. What's going on? How you feeling? That type of stuff right there, y'all. If what you allow is what will continue, because sometimes you like, I'm gonna be a ride or die. I'm gonna stick around even if they have somebody else, and they'll see that I'm sticking around, and it'll show my loyalty, and they'll take me back. Good luck on that one, because that very, very rarely happens unless the new supply finds out that they're still messing with the old supply, and then discards them, and guess what? They come back to you. Is that what y'all want? Is that the life that you want to live? I don't think it doesn't sound like a very healthy life. It doesn't. People always want to ask me, like, do you want to? Can narcissists have a healthy life, a healthy relationship, a healthy? Can you have a healthy life? Because if they can't have a healthy life, a healthy relationship, what do you think you're doing with them? Is that a healthy life, a healthy relationship that you're having with them? This light is annoying. I'm sorry. I want to turn it off. Let's turn it down. Yeah. Are you having a healthy life with this person? Is it healthy for you to wait around and hope and pray that they break up with the new supply so that you can have another chance? No, that's not healthy at all. I say self-love is the best love. It just is. The stuff that y'all be out here waiting on them, y'all waiting on people to change and things like that, wanting people to get help. They can't want to get help for you. They just want, of course, y'all. Of course. That's like a Disney song. Of course. Like, of course, they're going to treat the new supply better. They just are. It's 100%. Like, they just going to treat them good at the beginning of the relationship, and they're going to post it all over social media. So you need to block them. Why watch them treat somebody else good? You know what I mean? Are you waiting for them to fail? Some people, like, I've talked to people before that say that, just like, oh, I just watch the social media because I be hoping that they break up. I'm like, that's you hoping against hope right there. Because if they don't break up, you're gonna feel like, what are you doing? You see right there. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for? Y'all, maybe they're from Scary. I'm using a lot of movie references today. So y'all, yeah. But I feel like you have to take back your power and take back your strength and be, you can be as strong as you want to be, as you have to be, as you need to be. That's what you need. Life, a lot of times you have to moving on with your life is going to be the best thing to do when you're dealing with narcissistic people. You just are. You know what I mean? So I feel like in this day and age right here, what you're dealing with, like, if that person moves on, yes, you need to heal first. You need to go through the trauma bond, break the trauma bond and things like that, and do things for yourself. But allow yourself to heal and realize that it was less about you and more about themselves. It's less about you because you start to blame yourself and try to figure out what more you could have done to keep this person. That'll drive you crazy. It just will. It just will, because you feel like you didn't give your all, even though you might have got cheated on, even though you might have forgiven the unforgivable to stay with this person. Like, a lot of times that's what happens too, because you feel like you get used and you waste a lot of time because you forgive people for things that they wouldn't forgive you for. Like, they wouldn't forgive you for that type of stuff, but you forgive them for what? Because you're a good person? You know what I mean? I'm not forgiving nobody for yes, I'm a narcissist, y'all, but forgiveness is hard to come by from a narcissist. It just is. And then to me, that's a good thing. I'm not for the stuff that I'm not. No. I mean, like I said, 2 weeks into the relationship, I caught them cheating, and I forgave them, and things got better. Oh my God! Like, that set the precedence for the rest of the relationship. If they cheat early, they'll cheat. They'll cheat in the middle. They'll cheat late. It's like stages, y'all. Like, goodness gracious. But yeah, the narcissist will 100% use the new supply. And like, here's a kicker. I'm gonna finish on this note right here. A lot of times, the new supply can be used to hoover you back in, because if you're watching them treat the new supply good, if you're watching them be great in the next relationship, you're going to think that I have changed. You're going to think that that narcissist has changed, right? Maybe they have changed. Maybe they have gotten better. So if something does go awry in that relationship, guess what? They come back to you. You think they've changed. They really haven't. And they suck you right back into that cycle and get you again. If they leave you for somebody else one time, they'll do it again. Don't waste your time. That's when you're wasting your time. I truly don't believe it's a time waster until you start to go back when you know you're wasting time. When you know there's no hope for it, you go back then, that's when you're wasting time. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. I really, truly appreciate every single one of y'all. Like and subscribe for more. I'll be going live here this afternoon, this evening. Mental Healness is out. Peace.